Alrighty, guys. So today I wanted to talk about tithing. While I was in Christ Fit today, they do devotionals before we start working out. Colton, the leader, he was talking in James, and it was in James 5. It was talking about how basically we need to watch where we put our stuff, watch where we handle, and watch how we handle our riches and everything. Made me think of what Jesus says in the Gospels about storing our treasures in heaven because it could be destroyed in earth. And then it got me thinking about Deuteronomy, and it's Deuteronomy 14 where Moses is talking to the Israelites before they go into the promised land and giving them things how to obey God because they're stubborn people and they don't know how to really obey the Lord without regulations. And one of the things is giving tithes, and we're not as tied to this as they were in the Old Testament because we have Jesus and he was like our ultimate sacrifice and our ultimate payment. But it's important still to tithe. And here's why it's important to tithe. Because when we tithe, it shows our fear for God. And fear isn't like being afraid of God, but it's having awe and respect for him. And when we tithe to him, it's saying like, God, I trust you I trust you, and I'm giving this to you because I know you're gonna you're gonna help me be prosperous, and you're gonna do good things with that. And what made me realize this is when I got a job, I was saving up for something I want to do next summer. And I wasn't tithing or I wasn't giving to God. Like I would give to God ever so often at the church, but now that I have a job, I have no reason not to tithe. So I set up God convicted me one night and I was like, okay, I'm going to set up tithing with my church. And I want y'all to know it's not going to the church building. It's going to the church. It's going to God. It's not going to a building. It's going to him. And he convicted me and I started setting up regular, and then I read this yesterday. So it just shows that tithing is important. And another thing I want to add about tithing is we can't be like the Pharisees and make our godliness known to everyone. Tithing is more intimate and personal with God. You can't go about and be like, oh yeah, I tithe every week. That wasn't my intention. I'm just using it as like an example. But you can't be like, oh yeah, I tithe 50% of my income every week. What do you tithe? Because sometimes all people can afford to give is 5%. And just like the lady who only gave a little bit of what she had in the story in the gospel, it's worth so much more giving all we have rather than just giving what we should give.